What's up, traders? I am Vincent Mokoteli from VinnBoss Signal Factory. This is not a financial advice. It's powerful education for those ready to level up. With the right mindset and real strategy, success is within your reach. Welcome to VinnBoss Signal Factory, where signals meet success. So this is the euro-dollar review. We don't waste time on reviews. So the week before last, this was the market, and we said that it would be perfect if we do get to retest both our demand zone, or the first one or either the second one, but we did test both of them, and then we had a fantastic setup on Tuesday on CPI, and we took out profit. And without wasting time, this was last week. Everything went exactly as we said it would go. So traders, with the euro and the dollar, what we expect this week is pretty much similar to last week. It is to go to the upside or continue with the bullish momentum. So without wasting further time, this is what I do expect. Judging from how close it is with our new high, I think even if we test it but don't break above it to this level, we are still inclined to make a pullback or a correction towards our first demand zone and our second demand zone. And after doing that, this will be a great place to look for bullish technical formation to continue to the upside. Now, this is the original plan of next week. We do have contingency plans too, and with these contingency plans, what we can get is maybe the market just continues up like this. Now, if we do break up like this, what do we expect? We still expect a pullback to retest last week's new high to be our demand zone or our area of interest when it comes to buying opportunities. And this is the second plan if we do get invalidated to the upside like this. This may not be invalidated, but if the market goes straight through without pulling back. Now, what happens, or what is the scenario that will force me to look for shorts in this market? Now, in this market only, I will be looking for shorts only if we do break our weekly breakout structure, as we all know, and then after breaking it to the downside, this will be a retest of our broken weekly breakout structure, and then continuation to the downside. This will act as resistance or the supply zone for us. And with that said, this can be scenario 1 of the break and the scenario 2 of the break too. And the scenario 2 is we do not break to the downside that much, but we after we reach this level 1.1589, we come back to retest this and then look for short here. We continue to make our 1:3. Now this will be a fantastic setup also going into next week. Now this is the plan for me next week. This is the entire week's plan, so we will update and analyze the market on a daily basis during the week. Don't miss our daily videos. Now let's start with the pound and the dollar review. Now with the pound and the dollar review, last week, the week before last, there was bullish. It signaled that there is some momentum to the upside with the pound. Even this week, the pound was our first performing currency this week. So without wasting time, let's review what happened last week. We made a new high, and I did mention that this was not even a strong trade, so we might come down and retest our first demand zone or second demand zone. Yet it did not retest any of those as the pound was highly strong, so we couldn't even reach here. The strength of the power did not allow this currency pair of the dollar and the pound to come and retest the demand zone. What happened was we found a fantastic setup here on Monday, and on Tuesday you can see here we made our 1:3 reward ratio, and this was a fantastic setup. So let's go over to the pound to see what to expect pound and the dollar, what we do expect going into this week is it will be great if we get a correction to test our demand zone, our first demand zone or our second demand zone. If the pullback will be deeper, it will be a fantastic place also to look for buying opportunities. Now, if we do get them here, this will be a fantastic setup looking for 1:3 risk to reward ratio. And if we do get them in the second demand zone, this will be a great place also to look for buying opportunities. Now, this is scenario 1. This is the primary target. This is what we be happy if we see the market happen. Now, we do have scenario 2. Scenario 2 is the market trades above our last week high and then comes back to retest last week high as support or demand zone, and then it goes up. Buying, we will look for buying opportunities here, fully setting confirmation, and then the continuation to go to the upside will be a fantastic setup also. And then after this move to the upside, this will be our 1:3 risk to reward ratio. This is option 2. Now, I know we always have to check what the market has in store for us, or what is the possibility of us looking for a short in this market. Now, if I were to short this or sell it, we would have a strong momentum to the downside where you reach this weekly break of structure, and after reaching this weekly break of structure, we will continue up to retest the broken demand zone, which will act as supply zone now, and then look for continuation to the downside. This will be a fantastic setup. Also, if you are looking for bearish setup, the only time you will be looking for bearish setup is if your weekly break of structure is invalidated here. Now, we do have a second scenario of the weekly break of structure being broken completely out and then waiting for a pullback, retest, and then a continuation to the downside would be a fantastic place for us to look for set here and then go down and make us a 1:3 risk to reward ratio set up on the pound and the dollar. Are you ready to grow your money the smart way? At VinnBoss Signal Factory, we have investments called currency invest trade. Our investment starts small with as little as 5,000 South African rand or $300. We will help you double your account in just 6 months. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme promising you millions overnight. Instead, we focus on safe, stable, built on proven trading strategies and disciplined risk management. Here's how it works. You book your trading investment portfolio tailored to your goals with us. You invest your capital securely through our trusted system. We provide weekly updates showing exactly how your investment is growing and being managed. Transparency and trust are the core of everything we do, so you always know where your money stands. If you want consistent, reliable growth without the hype, this is the opportunity to step into the world of professional trading and investment with confidence. Don't wait for luck. Choose steady success. Book your portfolio today. Watch your capital grow with VinnBoss investments of currency invest trade. Now, this is the review of the euro and the Canadian dollar. With the euro and the Canadian dollar, the week before last, we saw that the market was in an uptrend, and what we did expect was a retest of 2 of our demand zones, and we retested neither, as this was a sign that the Canadian dollar is underperforming or is weaker, because the euro has retested both. The euro dollar has retested both demand zones, yet the euro and the Canadian dollar did not retest both the demand zone. What happened was it could not reach our demand zone due to the Canadian dollar being weak, and this led to this. And even on CPI, I was not truly convinced because I was still expecting the Canadian dollar to show a little bit of strength so that we can have like an A, B, and a C down here so that we can now continue to the upside. But since this was the move, I did mention that if we do go back and review all the videos that we do, you will realize that after this strong momentum, I was still expecting a bearish setup to retest our last week's new high so that it can act as demand or support so that we can continue to the upside. So everything went exactly as we expected, but as soon as I realized that this was not achieved, our demand zone was not achieved yet, we still were structured to the upside. I understood that even for the second time, this was still not going to be retested. So I waited for this retest and then an entry right here, 1:3 risk reward ratio. It's not over yet, but it's almost to the peak. So maybe on Monday when the market opens, we will take out profit, but it is almost at that point where we will take profit at the opening of the week. So let's go over and see what we expect going to this week. Now, the euro and the Canadian dollar, what do we expect going into next week is we will firstly take our profit here. After taking the profit, a pullback to our first demand zone will be a fantastic place, and then continuation to the upside will also be imminent. Now, without wasting further time, the second demand zone is down here, but I highly doubt that we will reach this, as we've already seen from our last week's losses and lessons review that the Canadian dollar has stepped over being the biggest loser of last week. So I think it will continue the sentiment going into this week. But if we do get to this, because nothing is said and so, this is a fantastic setup to look for once we reach our second demand zone at 1.6050. This will be a fantastic setup. But what happens if we do break this high above here? We will come down to this area, look for bullish patterns and formations. We know after we break the new high, we will retest or come back with a correlation. With correction, not correlation. Correlation is the movement of currency pairs in the same direction. So after this, look for 1:3. This will be a fantastic setup. Also, please guys, these are fantastic setups going into next week. We do have to analyze 3 or 4 setups in one pair that are possible and that we have to follow and monitor throughout the week to make sure that we make money in the month. Now, we have already discussed the demand setup. We have already discussed the new high setup. We need to discuss what happens if both the demand and the new high setup fail to hold the market going into next week. Now, going into next week, if the market fails to hold what we call our demand zone and to break above the structure, we just continue down with a strong momentum. What is this? This is the wrong weekly break of structure, the horizontal line here, but it's fine. What we will have to do is remove it and then allow the correct one to jump in. If you excuse me for that, it was I like to keep everything as professional as it can be, so I do not misinterpret everything. So that now that horizontal line was out, is out now. Let's go over to continuation of analyzing what might happen. If we do breach this without breaking strongly to the downside, a pullback will be imminent for us retest this demand zone, and then a continuation to the downside to make 183 if possible, week in and week out, only if our demand zone strategy and our new high strategy stays, so that we can just have a backup plan of those two strategies. But without wasting time, this will be what I do have. So last but not least, if we do come down and we do break it sharply, we do not just test it and then correlate inside. We will break it sharply. The market will come to retest our weekly break of structure, and after retesting the weekly break of structure at 1.5983, we will start look for bearish technical formation. After looking for bearish technical formation, we can continue to the downside to make our 1:3 next week. Now, these are all the plans that we do have for the euro and the Canadian dollar going into next week. Let's see how other markets are doing, like the pound and the Canadian dollar. The pound and the Canadian dollar, the week before last, everything was fantastic. There was a strong momentum to the upside. I did buy this on Monday because I was aware the fact that the pound was slightly higher than most of the currency pair, or stronger than most of the currency pair. This will lead to a strong momentum to the upside. So we entered here, and then on Tuesday on CPI we did take profit 1:3 risk to reward ratio, and this was also a fantastic move. We did have holders in the market, so without wasting further time, this is a fantastic setup for us, and we should go over and see what to expect from the pound and the Canadian dollar this week. And yes, with the pound and the Canadian dollar, what to expect going into this week is, since we are already near our last week new high at 1.8733, what we expect is a short pullback, test our demand zone at 1.8662, continuation to the upside, look for bullish technical formation, continuation to the upside, and make our 1:3. This is the first setup that we are going to look for of the demand zone, and this is the first strategy of the demand zone that we'll be looking also to trade, is looking for bullish technical formation. If the pullback of the Canadian dollar will be deeper, we will be looking for bullish technical formation right here at 1.8608. This will be a fantastic place to look for bullish technical formation. Look for continuation to the upside, as we have already indicated that the Canadian dollar going into this week, which is one of the weakest currency pairs, or one of the most underperforming currencies going into next week. So these are the two demand strategies that we should look out for, but we do have another strategy of looking for buying opportunities, even if we break above here and then continue here. Look for bullish technical formation from this area of the new high at 1.8733. Then we will look for bullish technical formation to continue the sentiment and go up, make our 1:3 with this pound CAD currency here. So this is what we expect if we break above highly and strongly. But if we do not break above highly and strongly, we just retest, we continue, it's most likely that we will retest our demand zone, which is 1.8650. Now, without wasting time, let me discuss what would happen if rather the market do not respect, or our demand zone and our new high setups are not holding the line for us in the market. So this is what would happen. We would expect to see a sharp pullback that retests this weekly break of structure, a continuation of a correction to retest our previous demand zone at 1.8650, 8608 to continue down. Here we will look for bearish patterns and formations, and then continuation to the downside at 1.8477 is a fantastic setup for us to go and practice the market. Now, this is what we should expect. This is what we are expecting going into next week. But the second setup will be if there is a harsh pullback that breaks our weekly break of structure, not only retest this, because whether it gets tested or it gets invalidated like I'm showing here, it simply means it's time for us to get out. So without wasting time, this will be what I'm expecting. So a pullback will be a fantastic setup for us. Look for bearish patterns and formations after we have broken highly below this level, and then a continuation to the downside will be fantastic place for us to look for 1:3 to 1 ratio. Now, these are setups that everybody else should be able to take, but if you want to join the community, because you see that we are winning and we are trading live, week in and week out, please make sure you reach out to us, DM us, let us help you the process of joining our real account trader community, because we pride ourselves with real account trader community. We do not wish for anybody else to be there by trading demo accounts or not that much committed to trading the market. So this is our setup with the pound and the Canadian dollar. Let's jump straight over to the pound, to the euro and the pound, and to see last week's weekly review of the euro and the pound. Welcome to VinnBoss Signal Factory, the home of real traders, real strategies, and real profit. Right now, you have a chance to join our exclusive real account traders community absolutely free until September 2025. After that, we will introduce a small monthly fee, but if you join now, you lock in all the benefits without paying a cent. Here's how you can join. Register under our exclusive XNS broker link, verify your account, fund with just $100 to activate your spot. Now, why do you have to join VinnBoss Signal Factory? Daily high probability trade signals backed by deep price action analysis, live market breakdown so you know exactly what is happening and why, real account traders only, no demo hype, just genuine market moves, private traders chat where we share setups, results and moves before they even hit the charts, direct mentorship from me, Vincent Mukotedi, to help you level up with your skill fast. Now, why would you choose XNS as your trading broker? It has ultra fast withdrawals, often in minutes, not days, tight spread, and no hidden commission eating into your profit, send account and high leverage option for flexible trading, regulated broker with over a decade in the market. The clock is ticking. Free access offer ends September 2025. After that, new members will pay to join. Don't wait until the market leaves you behind. Click the link, register, verify your account, and fund your account today. Step into a trading community built for winners. Starting with the euro and the pound review is the fact that the last 2 weeks, the market gave us a clear structure to the downside. So all in all, I was expecting a bearish momentum. A retest was there. Then we entered after the entry. The market went down. I did mention to those of you that if you do break below last week's low like this, you come retest, and then after the retest, you get another hit to the downside. The market came to retest in the very same area for the second time, and here was a strong hit to the upside. We did take profit on Thursday. Early in the morning, and this was also a fantastic, if not best, setup of last week. And let's go over to this week to see what to expect from the euro and the pound. So with the euro and the pound, what to expect going into this week also, it is a fantastic setup. We are already at our demand, near our demand zone. What I do expect is to see a continuation to the downside. Remember, this was a fantastic setup from last week. We did take profit right here. It was a fantastic setup buy and then a fantastic setup go for shorts. We were looking for shorts, and going into this week, we're still looking for shorts. So this supply zone here at 0.8638 is our best area to look for bearish technical information to make our new low or 163. Remember, if the demand zone, but this knowledge is only supplied to our real account trader community, but I will try to highlight it for someone who's following me on YouTube every day. If your strategy aligns with, or the demand zone strategy aligns with much bigger than 1:3 this reward ratio, you will aim to make a new low or a new high if you are looking for buying opportunities. That this, if wherever you are selling or buying, the new low is less than 1:3, then you go for 1:3 with reward ratio. This is how we are scaling our take profit or our exit. So this will be a fantastic setup if you know how to follow these things. Please make sure that you join this real account trader community. Without wasting further time, okay, the second bounce that we will be looking for is 0.8652. This will be a great place for us to look for bearish technical formation. Go and make this very low. If it does not reach or equal your 1:3 reward ratio, this will also be a fantastic place for you to look for setups that reach this level here, right here, or go for 1:3 risk to reward ratio, which is what we usually go for if the new low or new high has less peak than 1:3 risk to reward ratio. This means that 1:3 risk to reward ratio makes it our minimum target. So if this is your minimum, then take that. Sometimes you can go to 1:8 risk to reward ratio, given the fact of how far your take profit is from your entry and how deep is your supply zone. So with that being said, this is the first strategy of the supply zones that we'll be having. So let's further discuss the strategies of this. Will be the strategy, but we do not have a strategy whether we will break below the new low from the beginning of the week, because it is already deep, but we do have a strategy of a weekly breaker structure. If we were to go and break a weekly breaker structure with a strong momentum, the euro breaks above this strong momentum from down here, then what we should expect is a pullback to retest our weekly breaker structure right here at 0.8671. This will be a great place to look for bullish information, to look for our 1:3 reward ratio. Now with that being said, this will be a fantastic place for us to look for bullish technical information if we were to break it or reach it. If we do reach, we do not break strongly above. If we do reach it and we start to see a pullback, our previously supply zone, which will now be the demand zone, will be at 1.8650. This will be a fantastic setup for us to look for buying opportunities, take it to our 1:3 risk to reward ratio of 30%. Now this is a fantastic setup. Let's go over to last week's review of the US dollar and the Canadian dollar. And then after the review of the US dollar and the Canadian dollar, we go straight to the US dollar, Canadian dollar expectations of this week or the coming week. Now let's go over with last week's setup with the US dollar and the Canadian dollar was fantastic. Also gave us a clear sell signal setup, but in the beginning of the week we went here, we got in the market, we retested, We got stopped out, we jumped in again. The market didn't show any strength to make the new low because this is what we were expecting. And then boom, we got stopped out again. Now what does this mean? This means that we are, since last week's new high, break of structure, weekly break of structure was invalidated. We do expect that the market might in turn. That's why we had a late buy at the end of the week. So this was the buy anticipated by the break of this weekly break of structure last week. So since we were invalidated once, this was our entry. This was our first invalidation. We lost because the stop loss was nearly here. Lost. And then we jumped in for the second time. Lost. The third loss was evident enough that the break of structure was now activated. We should stop looking for selling opportunities in this pair going into this week. Now going into the next week, we should jump in and buy. Now, with that being said, let's go over to the pound to the US dollar, Canadian dollar to see what we can expect going into this week. Are you tired of guessing in the market? The beginner to pro ultimate course is not just another training. It is a fast track to trading mastery. Whether you are starting fresh or you've been in the game and can't seem to break the wall of inconsistency, this is where everything changes. What makes this course unstoppable? It has 4 different trading strategies that you can try with. Number 1, mastering Fibonacci price action strategy. Here you will learn the exact entry zones the market respects over and over again. Number 2, smart money concept. This will teach you to trade like banks and institutions, not just like retail crowd. Number 3, supply and demand zone. This will help you identify the market turning points before they happen. Wave analysis. This is where you will predict the price movement with precision. But this isn't just theory. When you enroll, you also get, number 1, our trading signal services with high probability trades delivered to you directly. You also get one-on-one mentorship, so you are never left wondering what to do next. Number 3, you get the proven strategy that works in the real market condition and not just in backtesting. This is built for new traders hungry to learn and experienced traders hungry for consistency. It's your chance to move from confusion to clarity, from random wins to repeated results. The market will not wait for you. The difference between those who win and those who quit is the decision they make today. Enroll now and step into a world of profitable, confident trading with the tools and strategies and mentorship to back it up. Yes, traders, with the US dollar and the Canadian dollar, this is the last pair now. After this is not a fantastic or an ideal currency pair to trade during this next week, given what we do know that both the US dollar and the Canadian dollar, we are looking for short. But if you are looking to trade it, or if this is one of the currency pairs, the best currency pairs that you like to trade, this is how you should look for this is the next week. You should look for bearish setup, both demands, look for bullish settings and formations. We are no longer looking for selling opportunities. The price has just changed to the upside, and this is also a fantastic place. The second demand zone, this is also a fantastic place to look for buying opportunities. Right here at 1.3374, right here at 1.3783. Now 1.3774, 1.3783. Now that will be a fantastic setup, but I do not highly like or recommend trading this pair going into this week. Both currency pairs are weak, so it might be shortness. We are still in a trade, as you can see. So what we do expect from this, given the fact that it is near our last week high, so we might break above this, and then after the break above this, a retest of this last week high 1.2819 will be a fantastic place for you to look for bullish patterns information. Then look for that. That will make a fantastic setup for you to go and heal the market. Yet again, if we do, but it's very unlikely, but since you know here at VinnBoss Signal Factory, we do not rule out the fact that the market might go against you or might go against our strategy. We are not always invincible. As last week we are invincible. So if we do get to a place where we just invalidate this, I would see this, I would not only like to short this also, I would see this as a consolidation week. This might likely go according to our strategy. This would be a great place to look for bearish patterns information. Continue your 1:3 risk reward ratio, but in some sense, if you do check or if you do pay attention to this, since we are here, it's just in here. So if we do not continue to the upside and instead we do break below like this will be just another consolidation. Will be consolidating between these levels, and that is not what everybody else wants to see. So with that being said, I do not trust the fact that this might continue just being normal. So the highest probability chance are to continue to the upside. That will show or that will prove that the currency, which is the Canadian dollar, is much weaker than the dollar or much weaker than the rest of the currency pairs. And we discuss is our real trader community go out today. Remember, in here on YouTube, I only analyze the London session only, but on our real account traders group, we analyze the London session and the New York session only. And every morning is the London session. During the day, it is the New York session to see how everything is unfolding in the market. So this is what I do expect. I do not expect to see this, but if we do get break this, because nothing is ruled out and you cannot control the market or project your feelings or your mentality to the market. But if you do get this, this will be a fantastic place to go and look for your risk information. Our weekly break of structure will be a great place for us to look for 1:3 risk reward ratio. Now this is the market going into next week, and going into next week we have analyzed each and every single pair. So thanks for watching this video. Make sure you like, you subscribe, you comment, and refer this channel to someone who you think should know about this channel. Thanks and happy trading going into